Hello, hello. I am Stace, and today is hashtag ATC MDC Open Collab. This is an open collaboration being hosted by Tony, Creative Chica Halls and More, Kimmy Kitchen and More, and Kathy with CatCast in Cali. So I am in a Facebook group that hosts an ATC challenge. Every week, one of the ladies in the group gives us a prompt, and we are just to create an ATC. By the end of the year, we should have 52 ATCs. I just started, so I am playing catch up. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so these are my ATC cards. I'm going to take them out of the sleeve and let's see if you can guess what the prompt was. Okay, can you guys guess what the prompt is for this ATC? Okay, I'm not going to make you guess. I will let you know. The prompt for week 1 was magazine. I tore a piece of magazine and I put it in the background here on a diagonal. I then distressed inked the background here at the top. I did a little sewing all around here. I had this beautiful gold net looking material in my stash that was actually gifted to me. It is so super cute. I just put it on the top, kind of creating a pocket, and I let the natural swag of the fabric do its job, and I think I like the way that turned out. I have a little brad here on the back that is taking care of this cute little embellishment here. I had this little sticker that said wild and beautiful, and inside this is just another little clipping from a magazine, and it just said radiant, and I thought that was a good word for this ATC. So that is week 1, and that was junk mail, magazine cutout, used stamps, etc. So I chose to do the magazine part. This was week 2. Can you guess what the prompt was? Okay, so the prompt for this one was to incorporate 2024. And so I just wrote it right here with a white Jelly Roll pen. Now, this ATC actually started off as an entire card, like this entire black portion was the card, and I decided that I didn't like that very much, so I tore the card in half, tore off a little bit of the top and the bottom, and then I placed this other piece of paper in the background here, and then I created this little rosette with the black tulle. And then I added a sticker to the top, used some foam tape, and then I added the same sticker on the top of that just for some extra dimension. And I think that turned out really cute at the end. I'm glad that I tore that ATC up. So that is week number 2. Can you guess what the prompt for week 3 was? Okay, if you said buttons, then you are correct. So the prompt for this one was buttons, and I decided to use this paintbrush die that I had in my stash that I hadn't used yet. So I'm super happy that I got a chance to use the paintbrush die. I cut it down a lot. And then I just used my alcohol markers to draw some paint streaks here, and I just placed the corresponding colored button on top of that. I have some little dots here, and I have a little piece of ephemera here. All of that is covered in Wink of Stella. And then I swiped my little butterfly in some alcohol ink and just came up with that little pattern. I liked it, so I went with it. Added a little Jimmy here and more cute little butterflies. And this is probably my favorite card. I love it so much. I really like the way that it turned out. I also used a smaller card here, so this white base part is smaller. And then I used a 3.5-inch tall purple card behind the white card, but I didn't let it go all the way across, so it creates a little staggered background as well. So yeah, I really like the way that this card turned out. So that is week 3. This is week 4. You want to guess what the prompt was? The prompt for week 4 was scraps or paper scraps. So I chose to take a little piece of fabric. This is an upholstery fabric that I have. I used my zigzag sewing shears to just cut around a little panel here. So the outside of this does measure, I believe, 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And then the inside is a little bit smaller. I did sew the piece of paper onto the upholstery fabric. And then I had this little piece of ephemera in my stash. I've had this for a really long time, so I was happy that I got a chance to use one. I think I have a few more too. And then I just made this cute little cluster with some leftover music paper. I was actually getting ready to throw that away, so I'm glad that I got a chance to still use some of it. This little gold and white label sticker, and then on top of that is another little piece of the zigzag upholstery fabric, and then I just have some little gold twine back here. This little flower has been in my stash for I don't know how long either. So sometimes when I over make some things, they just end up in a Ziploc bag in some random place. Sometimes they end up stored correctly, but sometimes they don't. This is one of the little pieces that wasn't. So I went through my little miscellaneous bag and found this cute little flower. And so that's where it ended up. I like that card. Moving on to week 5. Week 5 was Anything Goes. Love the way that this one turned out as well. I have a little white border on the base. This little pink and gold paper in the background is one of my favorite papers. It's an open stock from Hobby Lobby. So cute. I did a sewing machine with this. And then recently I pulled this paper out again for the 3D thread spool that I recently did. And so, yeah, I just used a little piece of it here. This pink was another scrap that I had. All of these florals came from one of those Park Lane ephemera boxes. This little piece of ephemera came out of an ephemera pack from Hobby Lobby. It may have been Tim Holtz. And then I was making some faux wax seals for a giveaway. And this is one of the ones that I had left over. And this little butterfly is from that set as well. I, of course, love the way that this one turned out too. This one is so cute. And that was week 5, Anything Goes. This was week 6. You want to guess what the prompt was? Okay, the prompt for this one was creature, bug, or any living thing. And so I really do love the way that this one turned out. I wasn't so sure at first, but the more I look at it, I really do like this card. So I started off with some of the Maggie Holmes black and white floral paper in the background. And then on the top layer, I have the blueprint from that garden party paper pad that I printed on some acetate a while back. And so this is the little scrap piece of the printed acetate, and I just placed it right on top. But then I cut out a little divot on the card, and it looks like this beetle is eating away all of the color on the flowers, and then you're left with the black and white flowers. That's the way I'm interpreting this card. That was my concept for the card, and I really like the execution. So I also have this little heart bouquet behind the beetle, and then behind the beetle, I have the word journey. So that is that card. I really like that card too. I think I like all of the cards. Okay, that was week 6. You want to guess the prompt for this card? This one was Valentine's Day. So I do have a Be Mine right here in the bottom. And I thought that I had put up most of my Valentine's Day items, but I'm still finding like little bits and pieces everywhere. So that is what this ATC is comprised of, little leftover bits and pieces. But I'm glad that I was able to take those bits and pieces and make something that I think is pretty cute. So that's what I have for Valentine's Day. The background is some pink and gold washi tape that's going on a diagonal. And then I had this little die cut out background panel, and I just cut a little piece of it here. This Fabulous was already a die cut that I had, and the Be Mine came out of a little sticker book. So that is week number 7. Would you like to guess what the prompt was for this card? The prompt was cow. So I had this cute little floral paper in the background, and I decided to completely cover it with lace. And on top of that, I have this little chipboard ticket. And then on top of that, I have this little acetate gold printed compass rose. I thought that that was really, really cute. And then I just have these little puffy flowers from, I think, the Dollar Tree. And then I just have a little piece of grass here. My cow has a little sign that says carefree. And yeah, that's my little cow. I think that he turned out really cute and fits in with all the rest of my cards. This is week 9. Would you like to guess the prompt? If you guess butterflies, then you guessed correctly. So this one is kind of self-explanatory. I do have a zigzag stitch going on in the background. I have a cute little butterfly here, another little die cut of butterflies here, and then a little Choose Joy sticker. So really cute. Of course, this was again using scrap paper. This is week 10. Would you like to guess the prompt? The prompt for this one is birds. I use this recollection sticker book that's called Southern Blues with 791 pieces in it. I got this a while ago from Michael's, but I primarily use this sticker book to completely finish this ATC. So here are some little border washi tape stickers. I used those in the background. And here was an entire page with these really cute blue birds on branches and flowers. For just a really, really beautiful page that created this ATC. And then this book has the cutest little sentiments in it. So the one that I chose says, Lord have mercy. And then there are other stickers like Southern Belle, hey y'all, thank you kindly. I say that all the time. Hello, darling, sweet as a peach, heavens to Betsy, count your blessings, oh my stars, chin up buttercup. So anyway, I really, really love this sticker book. And I'm always happy when I get a chance to break this one out. So it was a real joy creating this card. And yeah, it is mostly stickers on here. So really cute. Would you like to guess what the prompt was for this week? This was week 11. And if you guessed St. Patrick's Day, then you guessed right. And so I just have a little banner here that says "You Shamrock." That little banner sticker is actually on a little piece of washi tape. I have my little Hobby Lobby girl here. I put a little bow in her hair. I popped up this little March 17th calendar sticker on some foam tape. And it just says St. Patrick's Day here. And y'all, I did my best to make my own little 4-leaf clovers. I don't think it's perfect, but I think that it blends in well with the background. So that is my little St. Patrick's Day ATC. Okay, and this is the last one, and this is week number 12. And this is actually the first one that I did for the challenge that sparked all the rest of them, really. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think you guys have seen this one already. I did a series of 3 of these, and this is the one that I am just going to keep with all of my other ATCs. But the prompt for this one was spring. So I like the way that that one turned out. And you guys, that is all that I have so far. I actually just saw this morning that 2 more prompts have been like pre-released. I'm super excited about this because I've had so much fun. Some of them caused me a little bit of trouble. Some of them, like this one, I spent hours and hours doing and just had the time of my life, really. It was really fun doing the ATCs though. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the weeks of the year. Now, I know I started another 52-week prompt for an artisan journal, and I have not picked that back up yet since my last video. I hope to get caught up in it. I may have to just skip a few weeks to try to get caught up with everybody else. Or, I don't know, my journal might actually go into 2025. I do intend on finishing it, so... But when I finish what I started, I don't know. I'm not putting a timetable on it and stressing myself out like that. It'll get done when it gets done. So that's all I have for you today on hashtag ATC MDC Open Collab. Please be sure to drop by the Hostesses channel today and everyone else who is posting to hashtag ATC MDC Open Collab. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Bye.